Positive vibes, making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. I used to have a negative mindset and stayed stuck. I realized this and flipped the switch. With a positive mindset, life is phenomenal. Listen in as my guests and I bring fresh perspective and add positive vibes to the world every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific on VT Radio Universal. Positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world.
VT Radio Universal.com.
And welcome back to our second hour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, welcome back to our second hour, and this is the beginning of my show, Positive Vibes, making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. And this morning I have as a guest again my roommate and friend Rico, who, good vibes only. Who used to be a gang member involved in that lifestyle, dealing drugs and everything, and did time in prison. And he's just back here sharing with us about, we spent the last hour sharing on his show, his new show, Too Strong to Go Wrong, about, a recap of all that. And I guess this hour is going to be more about getting out of the game and promoting positivity, and as your hat says, good vibes only.
Good vibes only. That's how you got to do it. Good morning, Shane. How you doing? Good morning to our viewers and listeners out there. Appreciate you guys taking time out in your busy Sunday morning breakfast so far. I'm sure you guys are getting breakfast, those getting ready for church as well. Keep us in your prayers as well, as we do the same for you guys. Just we're going to touch bases on how do parents know if their kids are getting involved in gangs. I mean, Shane, that's something that a lot of parents, I think, out there need to know or should know.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I think some parents, I ran into parents when I had my program up and going back the last 10 years ago here in Tacoma. A lot of parents, when I go to their house, I had one parent, I went to their house and her son tells his mom that, his room is all red, it's all red. And so when I went to go visit and see how things are going with him, the son tells his mom that it's my favorite color, Mom. I like this color. So, Mom falls for the okie doke and she goes to the store and when he wants something, it's got to be a burgundy shirt, red pants, a red hat or whatever, because it's his favorite color. That's what she thinks. But in all truth, what we try to do is when we do interventions, we try to tell a parent and let them know that, no, it's not. I said, you got to look at the big picture and quit tunnel vision and quit just doing like the horses. They have blinders for horses and they put them on right here. And the horses only see what they see here. They don't see nothing on the side because they're blinded. And some parents get blinded like that from their kids because their kids play them and say, hey, it's my favorite color, Mom, red. I love red. Oh my God. But the true fact is when I saw this kid's room, I looked at him and he's got some red shorts on with some red Fila shoes, whatever. And it's like, red's your favorite color, huh? And he looks and smirks a little and laughs a little bit. And so, I tell the mother sometimes, can you give me a couple minutes with him? I want to talk to him on a personal level. Or I said, you be in the kitchen and listen, and you can listen and stuff, but so you can know what we're talking about. Listen, I just rather talk to him, me and him come to eye. And I'll talk to the kid. I say, so red's your favorite color, huh? So what's that you claiming, man? Because I know you're claiming something. You're wearing all this red for a reason. Oh, it's my favorite color, man. I said, no, it's not on me. I said, I looked in your room. I could see. I looked in your room. You got gang writing on your folder and all that. And so, he finally breaks down and says, yeah, I'm from West Side Piru, I'm over here in East Side in 44 block, in Tacoma. I said, I already know, man. I said, but the thing is that you really don't look like a gang member, Well, you say that? And I pick on the kid because I want him to know that if I can pick him out and decipher him that he's not really a gang member, but he's a wannabe, wants to fit in, then guess what? Just imagine the real gangster kid that's out there. He'll be the one to decipher and decide that, hey, look, dude's he's weak. I'm gonna deal with him. And so that's usually what happens. Real kids that are real gang banging and all that they can weed out the ones that aren't. Or either they're gonna use them to make them meals to run about and do whatever they want them to do, or they're just gonna dog them out and send them as a little dummy pawns to go do stupid stuff. Hey, I need you to go do this, go do that. So I try to talk to parents and let them know that 9 times out of 10 you have to know these signs. Clothing attire out there is it's a lot of it's gang affiliated. Just because a kid wears it doesn't mean he's a gang member. Some kids, they wear it because it is their favorite team. It is their New York Yankee hats is their favorite team. New York Yankees, they love baseball. Some kids wear it because it's a gang affiliation. A lot of folks, folk nation, they wear those hats to represent the fork, the pitchfork, like that. That's how it looks like on the New York Yankee hat. So, I try to educate the parents on the different clothing attire, what represent what hood in neighborhoods, and what neighborhoods use what hats for their neighborhood. Because a lot of these kids, that's how they recognize each other, through their clothing attire, through what they wear. But like I said, not all kids are gang members. There could be a kid wearing blue because he likes blue. He really does like blue. But at the same time, there's no way that he doesn't know that it's a gang affiliation clothing that he's wearing. He's got to know, because that's prevalent. It's out there. So we just try to educate the parents on all the different gangs out there, that out wherever there's gangs everywhere you go, every state, every different county, even out here, Washington State. You go to a different area, you leave Tacoma and you go to Seattle. There's different gangs out there. It might be Bloods out there or Crips, but they're not Tacoma Crips. They're Seattle Rainier Crips and all that different gangs out there from LA gang members. Tacoma has their own little gangs. When I first started doing the program in Tacoma, Shane, I remember when I first started doing the gang prevention program, and that was in 2001, I believe. And when I started the gang stuff, there was I think Tacoma only had probably about 30 gangs, prevalent 30 gangs in Tacoma. They only had 30 gangs when I first started doing the gang stuff, gang awareness. And then when all the stuff that was happening in Tacoma, they was having the shootings on the east side back then, all the drive-by shootings and then killings that happened. Between 2001 and 2007, the gangs started hodgepodging, meaning that other kids became affiliated, and then they started their own little gang. Then they started. Tacoma now, I think they have a total of, if I'm correct, I may be off by number, but I think they have a total about 100 and something gangs, 120, maybe 30 gangs, 130 throughout Tacoma. And because kids, they start something and they think it's cool, and some kids do it because it's they feel protected. If they got 5 or 6 of their homeboys with them, around with them all the time, nobody's gonna pick on them because we're all here. But then in the long run, they get more people to join. Hey, you want to hook up? You want to kick it with us, man? We're from the nutty blocks, whatever. Then guess what? They get bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, they become associated, become affiliation. And with the laws, the gang laws they have, where 2 or more are gathered together, they're considered a gang. They're considered a gang. When 3 of them and more or whatever, they're considered a gang. That's how they look at it. So, we just have to educate our families, our parents, educate our kids more about, that the gang life is not it. But, at the same token, we as a community, we have to have programs available to these kids where they can get some kind of resources back out of it. So they have a need somewhere, meaning that a program needs them.
Yeah.
Because that's what messes up when you don't have that for the kids. Guess what? this phone is all they need. Every kid right now, they're always on their phone because the internet's out there. It's out. It's a big world in the internet. So that right there is their lifeline. And when they don't have nothing to do and they're idled at home doing nothing, and they get on the phone, their friend texts them and, hey man, what you doing? Oh, I'm over here, smoking some weed with my friend. I'm getting high and we have some beers. You want to come chill? Well, yeah, let me go tell my mom we're going to go to the park and play football. And then guess what? That's how it all starts because they don't have nothing to look forward to. There's nothing for them to feel like they're needed. So programs are very important, especially with YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, or community programs, community stuff going on, getting kids involved. I remember when I had my program started in 2001 and all that, in my East Side, we used to do a lot of stuff for the East Side. We used to get involved with the Portland Avenue Community Center. Yeah. They used to have stuff going on, the Easter egg hunt for the kids. They did a lot of stuff there, and then they shut down one of the youth centers down there on the East Side. They had shut it down, and they didn't put nothing over there. And then they opened up another youth center right here, over here off what is it, 64th, over there by the school over there off what is that street is over there? They opened up the what you call the Star Center. I think it's called the Star Center.
Oh yeah, Star Center, yeah.
66, yeah. They opened up the Star Center, and a lot of the kids from the East Side, they couldn't get over there. They didn't have no rides because their parents work. They were single parents, single moms. They work 10-hour days probably. And so their kids, sometimes they'll walk, but then they get tired of walking from way over the East Side all the way to over here to the other side. And it's a long walk. And then they didn't have money to catch the bus, or they had no ride to get over there, no bus, the community bus to pick them up. So it kind of made them kids go out and do their own thing. I don't know if they opened up a center on the East Side yet. I think they did. I'm not sure. I know they had built something over there by the new school. That when they did the new school over there on the East Side, they got a gym, a thing over there. I think they opened up over there. So I haven't been over to that school since they rebuilt it and all that. That's where I started out my programs there at that school. When Dan Zizone was the principal there back then, and he would always invite me in to come and help him out with the gang kids. And me and my buddies that we used to deal with all the gang stuff, we used to go over there and we talk with the kids.
Yeah.
They would call me, the teacher would tell me, hey, I got a kid in my classroom that won't take off his ear pods he's listening to his music and he's not listening to what we're trying to teach him. So I would go in there and sit behind him and tap him on the shoulder. Hey, what's up, homie? Oh, what's up? Come on, man. You can do better, man. Come on. She's trying to help you. She's getting paid to teach you, man. Just give her that much respect. That's all she's asking. That's all. You can put your ear pods back on when you get out of the classroom. So, when you talk to them like that, you kind of let them know that I'm talking to you as a person. Then they'll listen a little bit. I used to educate the teachers and teach them that you can't go up to a kid and just pull the ear pods out of his ear and give me those. Those are mine. So what? He's going to do it again and again and again because guess what? You disrespected him. But when you talk to him as an individual, like a person, and say, hey, and ask him nicely, hey, you think you can do me a favor and kind of pull your pods off so you can listen to what I'm trying to help you with? That's all I'm asking you. Yeah. When you talk to him like that, you get more out of him or her, whoever it is. You'll get more out of them because now they understand you respected them. They got to return that back to you. And that's what I used to tell the teachers. I used to do a little educational class for the teachers as well to teach them how to talk to a gang-affiliated kid that's in the gang, that he's really about that life. He's really a gang member. And in order way you get across to him, you have to talk to him with some kind of respect. I tell teachers, there was a teacher up in Washington High School in Tacoma, and the security guard would come in and just snatch the kid's bandana out of his pocket that he had hanging out. And then the kid got another one in his locker, put it back. And he'll do it over and over because you disrespected him. The proper way I'll tell him is just to talk to him call him by his nickname. If his name is Doggy G, hey Doggy G, man, can I talk to you right quick, Doggy G? He gonna like that because you called him by his nickname first of all, and then that you gave him that utmost respect.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna go walk over there with a little gangster walk and like, yeah, he called you by my name. But then when you talk to him, you gotta talk to him. Just let him know, hey, look, I appreciate you. When you go in the classroom, can you at least do it for me? You know, just tuck your bandana in and stuff. You know, that's all I'm asking you to do. Can you do that? And then he'll be like, yeah, I guess I can. You know, he'll do it because you respected him.
Yeah, I totally hear you about the about using, you know, the authority figure, teacher or whatever, using their nickname, you know, using the name they go by.
Right.
Because it's like I've heard and read many places throughout my life, many times, that you know, it's essentially the most respect when you use someone's name when talking to them.
Yeah.
Like if I say, "Hey, how you doing?" There's not as much respect and connection as if I say, "Hey, what's up, Rico? How you doing, buddy?"
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
I'm using your name, so it's directed at you.
Exactly.
You know, like you're saying, directed at the kid. You know, hey, Doggy G, what's up? You know,
Right.
can you do this? You know, instead of like, hey, man, I don't think that's very cool. Can you do it this way instead? It's like, what's up with that? You know.
Yeah, and that's the. I think that it gets more done out of that kid, that troubled kid. He'll look at you differently and respectfully because you talk to him with dignity and kind of, you know, talk to him with his hood name, his hoodie name. You know.
Yeah, in basic terms, it's mutual respect.
Right.
Yeah.
You made him down the middle, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, you'll get a lot more out of him than meeting him all the way to confront him with just pure lash out. It ain't gonna work. And I've seen that a lot with a lot of the kids that I've dealt with in the schools. I've seen that happen a lot with the teachers. And they would have, well, the teacher doesn't like me. He'll say, hey, teacher, no, I don't care about that teacher anyway. I said, well, then let's find out. Let's have a meeting. Let's go sit down and let's find out why he or she doesn't like you. And then we'll do that because I want the student to know that you're a student, but you have a right to know why you're not liked if that's how you feel. And then 9 times out of 10, that's not even close to that. We'll go sit down with the teacher and the student and say, okay, this is the problem. He assumes or thinks that you don't like him. And so I'm trying to figure out what is it that we can do to fix this. The teacher will say, first of all, I'm a teacher. I'm here to teach. Second of all, I like all my students. I would never not like you. I don't like what you do. Now she clarifies, or that teacher clarifies what she doesn't like. So now that he knows that or she knows that, then we can educate them a little better, the kid, and say, look, you see, you get the understanding. She doesn't like you. It's not, she likes you. She doesn't like what you're doing is what she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Now it separates the individual from doing something and being a person.
Yeah, it's like the person don't like the activities of the person.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where we try to. We was always doing that with the teachers when we used to do a lot of the programs in Tacoma. I hate to say I felt bad about the fact that we don't have that program up and going because after my divorce and all that, my wife we were separated. She moved and she had the UBI, the nonprofit organization number. So I didn't have mine. So for me to do anything now, I mean, I'll do it on. If a parent was to call me tomorrow, hey Rico, guess what? I still got your number. I got my little boy. He's growing up now, but I think he's getting involved. Can you come talk to him? Sure. I mean, I always said I don't do it for the money. I do it for the cause because it makes me feel good that I intervene on behalf of a parent.
Yeah.
And it's the cause that I like, that I did something positive.
Able to do your work and do it not only for yourself but for the community,
right.
For that member of the community.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do is you have to, they got a saying out there, so you got to reach one to teach one to reach one. So meaning you got to reach out and let them know that I'm here. What can I do? What can I assist you with? You know, what can I do to make you understand life a little more better? Because a lot of these kids, they only understand life of what they see. You know,
Yeah.
those saying from how we grew up, monkey see, monkey do, and it's true. If a kid see his big brother do something, that's my big brother. He did that. I want to be like him. But if he sees something he did bad, his little brother knows it's bad, but because it's his big brother, well, my big brother did it, I should be able to do it. But that's the opportunity for the big brother to, when he saw that his little brother saw him do something bad, he needs to address it and say, hey, little Joe, you saw me do that. I shouldn't have did that. I want you to know, don't ever do that. I did that just because I know I can handle that, and I did it, whatever it was. I did it because I can handle it, and I shouldn't have did that in front of you. And they explain that. But a lot of these kids don't have a big brother. You don't have a big brother, and they got the big brother program still. I'm sure they do, and they got other at the YMCA. They got the programs there for kids and all that. They have mentors there that they can talk to, whatnot. I used to do the YMCA in Lakewood, and they used to do late nights on Friday nights. I think Saturday night do late nights, and the kids would get dropped off by their parents right around. It starts about 7, I think, about 7 o'clock. They get dropped off and whatnot, and and it was for the kids to come in there and play dodgeball, play card game, play basketball, play racquetball. I mean, they had the gym. They want to work out. They had instructors in there that took time out of their night to be trainers to show them how to work out, whatnot. I always showed some of the kids how to work out because they always see me, Big Rico, you're buff, man. How you get like that? It's dedication. You got to stay with it. Got to work out. And so I use that as a platform. Whenever a kid says, I want to be buff like that, I said, well, what's it going to take? And I have to like really do it. I said, well, the word you want to do is you want to be dedicated. You got to dedicate yourself to working out. And what do? You have to dedicate starts. You got to do your homework first. Make sure you're being respectful to your parents at home, that, you're not being rude to them. Do what they ask you to do. And at the same time, when you do all that, your parents acknowledge all that, then they're going to be to the point where, yeah, I pay for your membership at the gym so you can work out and go and work out. That's called dedication. You dedicated yourself to the good things, and now you're dedicating to the self that replenishes you, that you're going to get results to work out. The only way you're going to get muscles and get buff is you got to work out, dedicate yourself. And so that's what I'll tell any kid. You dedicate yourself to what you want to do in life, and you'll get further. You dedicate yourself to something that's not good and it's wrong. It's a wrong thing to do. You're not going to get too far. There's only 2 places you're going to get to. And I always tell them, I hate to say it, but it's true. Either you're going to be 6 feet or you'll be locked up behind 3 walls and a door. That's when you're doing bad. You're doing wrong. You go and start stealing from stores, stealing stuff and pocketing stuff, or stealing your mom's money. Or if you steal from home, you're going to steal from somewhere else. And when you steal from somewhere else, like stores and all that, they prosecute, and they'll prosecute you.
Yeah.
And so we try to tell the kids that, you don't have to do all that. Ask your parents, or you got mentors. If you got a mentor at the YMCA, a lot of them they're not supposed to, but because some of them, they're organized with the Christian organization, that's their Christian ability to do that. So some of them be like, what is it that I can do to help you? And my mom doesn't have money that, to get me my new tennis shoes for basketball. I got basketball I'm signed up for. I want to play basketball. Just that little token of gift of a pair of tennis shoes and Nikes for a kid and a pair of shorts for him to play basketball means the world to that kid. I've seen it over and over. We used to do it. Me and my friend, we used to do it. And a kid will tell us, man, I want to get these new shoes, but I just don't have enough money to get it, And I'm gonna play in the tournament, and I want to. Well, what were you looking at? Come on, let's go. Me and my buddy put our money together, and let's go. Come on, let's go get you a pair of shorts and jersey, and get you some new shoes and new socks. Are you for real? Yeah, we're for real. Because you earned it, because you showed, you was doing good in school. So we're going to reward you with that. So when you reward a kid, let them know that we appreciate you doing what you did. You've been doing good at school. We're going to help you. We'll let the parents know. We still make sure that because one thing we had to do, we make sure we call the parents up and let them know we're doing this a good gesture on your behalf as well. We don't want parents always thinking, oh, they bought you this. Why are they buying you this? Oh my God, I need to talk to them because we don't want them thinking the wrong thing. Oh, we're buying them stuff, trying to take their parenthood away from them. We by all means, we never try nothing like that. We always tell parents, we always call them or let them know, hey, look, we're gonna buy your son some tennis shoes for his basketball game. Don't worry about it. It's on your behalf as well. We're doing this for you guys. It's a gift.
Yeah, early on when I first started running, I mean, you know about my never-ending run streak. I'm doing it every day. But it's like before my run streak, when I first started running I first started running April 30th, 2016.
Right.
A few days into May, when I first started running, my first day running with the group,
right.
I'm like, I was like, ouch, these shoes, the running shoes I had, they were like tight fit on my feet,
right.
a good fit for walking around town or just, standing around, whatever, good fit. But running, and especially running downhill, no, they were way too tight, and my toes pretty much killed me after that, or they were
start
killing.
Squeezing when you're running down, trying to stop.
Yeah, and it's like, ouch, this sucks. So my first actual pair of running shoes was given to me, and it was just like, wow.
That's a good feeling. Somebody cared enough to.
Yeah, someone cared enough to, and knew that this was a good thing and that I was getting into, and, okay, here's your first pair of shoes,
Yeah.
And, that was just so awesome. So, yeah, I totally hear you about, going in there and someone going in there and helping out these kids,
Right.
Okay, you want to try this, this good activity? Here's to get you started. Here's a pair of Nikes and a pair of shorts.
Yeah, that's how one of my good friend of mine that I met here in Tacoma, Bishop Freeze. And Bishop Freeze, if you see this, man, congratulations on your first BET award on hip hop, on I think it was gospel hip hop music that he did. He got his first award just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And he used to be out. I don't know if you ever heard of him, named Bishop Freeze. And
it seems like I've heard the name.
He used to go to the Raymond Hall and do rap concerts for the kids, gospel rap and stuff.
Huh.
And then he started a program here in Tacoma. I forgot the name of it, but he started a program here for the kids. Soto, I think it was Soto. He started Soto. But if you look, you can Google him, look him up, Bishop Freeze, and you'll see he's just got his first award, the BET for the gospel, first hip hop award for him. And blessings to you, brother. But we used to do that. Me and him, he invited me out to go to Raymond Hall a few times, and I've been in the Raymond Hall talking to the kids, and then I go in there and share with them and stuff. There was times where I grew up in the area where I used to pop lock and break dance, so I could still get down pop locking. So there was time where I go to Raymond Hall, they'll put on a Zap song, More Bouncing Out. So I come out there and pop whatever, and they'd be like, "Wow, oh my God, you can get down." Yeah, I still got a little something in me. But, kids look at that and they admire that because they can see that, I'm out here to give a message and also at the same time have fun in doing what I do, and then pull them back into reality and say, look, I'm here for one cause, to make sure that I get across to you guys and let you know that I don't want you to get caught up in this lifestyle. You're already in Raymond Hall. Get past this. Make a change. Do something different when you get out of here. Show your parents that you really want to change. You really want to do different, because they're your crutch. They're your everything. They're going to be there for you every time. But they can't be there for you when you're going into jail or Raymond Hall. They can't be there over and over because you deplete that. And then what happens is the parents get frustrated and they don't know what else to do. And so there's a lot of parents that do get frustrated. And they just like I'm done with you.
There was one point, and when I've read my book, my autobiography,
right
here on my show, over time, over quite a few episodes. But anyway, there was, and so I'm pretty sure I've shared this part of my story, but there was one point when I was like, I don't know, I think I was 14, maybe 15. One of the umpteen time, one of the billions of times I ran away from home, that I had run away from home, and I think I had run away with my friend Joe, and we were up in Linwood, Washington, and we were in this one shopping plaza, and we got separated, or maybe we were going into different stores or whatever, going different directions at the moment, and then we're going to meet back up.
Right.
Well, apparently obviously I know now, he had gone into a store and stole some items and been caught. Me, I wasn't stealing stuff. I was just wandering around like, okay, what are we going to do now? And anyway, he stole some stuff, got caught. And so next thing I know, the police are coming I see that the police are pulling in the plaza, and I'm like, oh crap, this can't be good. So I just walked off, and anyway, I just walked off, left him there, figured, okay, whatever. I don't know if that's because of Joe or what have you, but I'm taking off before I get,
But that was all because of bad choices.
Yeah. But as I'm walking off, I'm like, dude, this is no good. That I'm out here.
It's not working out the way you thought it was.
I don't know. I don't know where Joe's at. He might have been caught for stealing, which ultimately he was. And anyway, then I'm like, okay, well, screw this. It's getting cold. I'm hungry. I want to go home. So I, what do? I call my dad, and we'll call home, and my dad answers the phone, and he was like, okay, Shane, I'm getting really sick and tired of this. You're running away from home all the time and doing your deal, and we got to come pick you up, at some police station or, whatever. I don't want to. I just got home from work here a little bit ago after a long, hard day at work. But I'll come pick you up if, you just promise me you won't do this anymore. Which, of course, I ended up running away a few times after that. But he told me, okay, look, I'm getting real tired of this.
Right.
And, you got to stop doing this. I will come pick you up. Go ahead. I know, he knew the area since we had lived up there earlier in my life. And he's like, okay, I know the area. I've worked up there quite a bit. I know there's an IHOP, International House Pancakes, just just a couple blocks away. Go down to that IHOP, order something to eat, and I'll be there in, say, an hour and a half. And so, he showed up. I finished my meal and went home. But, it's like they're there. It's like people will help you if you ask, but it's like repeatedly just over and over and over for the same thing, same reason, doing the same, it gets tiring for you, but it gets getting way tiring for them, having to drop what they're doing to help you, as a teen or as a kid growing up and being troublesome, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's and it's just totally, I don't know, it just got to be a totally bad scene.
It doesn't work out. I mean, the plan was to, run away and everything's going to be peachy. You're going to be at a hotel room and you're going to get all the food you want, because how are you going to get it? You don't know, but you're just going to get it. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So, but once again, as young men and young girls and teens and all that, life doesn't work out like that. It takes effort. It takes things to do in order to get some kind of results. And to get results, you have to have a plan. Without a plan, you have nothing, And that's why, I say all the time, our youth of this generation right now, some of them don't have a plan. Some of them think, some of them, everything's simplified for them right now. They got access to the internet. The internet is, like I said, it's the heart of their life. It's the heartbeat.
Yeah.
They get on YouTube, make these YouTube videos and all that, and start clouting. They do this clouting stuff. People following them, and they finally found out that YouTube pays you a lot of money when you get a certain amount of followings. When you get a lot of followings, then they start paying you out. So a lot of these kids now, they're doing silly stuff. They doing pranks, that some kids that get hurt behind it. What they was doing, the one where they pour lighter fluid on themselves in the shower and stuff, and they light themselves on fire. And then in their head, they're supposed to have their buddies there turn the water on to put them out, and just in case it gets out of control. But then there's some kids that put too much, and then the water didn't help and burned their skin, and the results became ugly. Now they got hurt. They didn't think that through. But then guess what? They're still going to do it. After they heal up, they're still going to go back to the same thing. I mean, because the internet, clouting. People, they're looking at their stuff and, I want more people. I need more following. I need more viewers. Let's do something else. Let's what was the other one? They had the choking game.
Yeah.
The kids were doing the choking game, and then next thing you know, the kids are dying, hanging in the closet because they was doing the choking. They think they can choke themselves out, and then they'll wake up, and then they can just come loose. And no, sometimes they put the wrong kind of knot on the tie or whatever rope, and then it just locks in, and then guess what? They're dead because it was funny for a minute, but now it's not. So once again, we have to educate our generation of kids, educate them as well as we as adults. If you're a parent, now my kids are grown, so they're all grown up. They got their own kids now, their own, but they're parents now, and they have to educate their kids now. My daughter, my oldest daughter, I put her in boot camp back in California when I was out there. I was working at the boot camp as well, but I put her in the military boot camp, me and her mom, because she was out of control. So when I put her in there, every now and then she'll see me and, Dad, no. When I'm in here, my name is Mr. Leslie. Every time you say Dad, you drop down and give me 10. I didn't do that because I wanted to be mean to her. Yeah. I was doing that because I want her to know that, no, you're here because you put yourself here. We put you in here because we want to correct you. And this is how it's going to start. We got to correct you the right way because you wasn't following directions. And guess what? She started listening. Mr. Leslie. Yes, Cadet Leslie. I address her like a cadet. Yes, Cadet Leslie. At attention. And she'll stand at attention. Sir, permission to speak, sir. Permission to speak, at ease. And everything was military structure. And all the kids knew. If they didn't stand in line like they're supposed to, one was out of line, everybody dropped down, give me 5, because your fellow cadet over here was not in line like he's supposed to be. Now drop down, give me 5, and back in line, and make sure everybody's in line and tune. And then they'll get up, get in line and tune, and they're all in line. I'll say, okay, all you cadets look good. Fall out. But what we was teaching them is that we was teaching them how to work together. If one of you fall apart, all of you fall apart. So all of you got to come together and say, hey, look, we got to get this cadence right. When they did their cadence, all of you got to be on cadence, on point. One of you off because you want to be lazy or because I don't care. Sorry, you guys, your cadet back here, he wants to be or she wants to be lazy. So guess what? Everybody drop down, give me 10. But Mr. Leslie, complaining, we'll get you another 5 added on. No, sir. Give me 10. Then they got it. They got a hold of it. They found out. We got to come together as a whole. So when you teach kids that, they understand discipline, even though it might hurt a parent. Parents don't realize. A lot of parents used to get, they get teary. Oh, I don't want to do that to my son. Oh, no. Discipline is good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take his phone away because then he's really going to be mad at me. That's fine. He can be mad at you or she can be mad at you all. But guess what? Who pays that phone bill? You do. These kids are lucky at this age. They got cell phones at junior high school. They're going to junior high school. So yeah, elementary school.
Yeah, elementary. Because I've seen young kids, like, I don't know anything about their ages. Who knows how old they are? But they look to be like 7, 8, 9 years old, walking around the store with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I've seen them. Actually, I seen one girl at Whole Foods the other day, and just this young girl, and she was going with her mom in the store, and she separates, and she was, looking around on the shelf, looks back at her phone. So I'm pretty positive she was actually looking at a list of what she needed, and she was like looking up there, So it's like, positive things can come out of that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the negative things come out of that too.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing, that it's the internet, the phones, they have their good input. They have the good side of it.
Yeah.
But then there's also the bad side of it, We always hear the horror stories of a girl or a boy getting kidnapped, or they met somebody and then they all of a sudden they leave and with this person. And so there's the good points, the good things about them, and there's the bad things about them, But once again, it starts at home. It starts with family components. It starts with the family. Even if it's a single parent home, even if it's a father just raising his girls and his sons, he has to be able to connect with his daughters and find out what's best for them. And if he can't connect that, he needs to get an auntie or his sister or whoever that's a woman that in the family that can help him. And he can because sometimes us men, we're stubborn. We don't want, we feel like, I don't need to reach out to nobody. I don't need to ask Susan to help me out with my kid. Susan, she's got her own family and stuff. But Susan could be the best thing that ever happened to your daughter, because she could talk to her about the girly stuff. And Susan could say, hey, whatever that we discuss, if it's something that needs to be heard, you need to know about it, I'll make sure you know. And I've had that situation. I had some of my young ladies that I helped out here in Tacoma. I had a young girl tell me that, Rico, I can't tell my mom, but I'm pregnant. Okay. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? I don't know, I'm just scared. I said, well, figure out what you're going to do about that, and I'll figure out something. But because I'm helping her out with her school and she was involved with gangs, I still had to respectfully talk to the mother and let her know what she told me, because it's my duty because it's a family thing. I'm only there to intervene and do my part as intervention, but this right here is more serious than intervention. So I had to tell her mother. So I told her mother, but I have to give her mother wisdom too. I said, let me tell you, I got to tell you something. I told her, your daughter told me she's pregnant. What the hell? Relax. Now look, this is how you're gonna pretend you found out on your own. Just pretend that you said you've been watching her eating habits. She's been eating some weird food, and you kind of concerned, and then you just kind of like reach out and say, I've been watching you eating weird food, Mihan, and you kind of worry me. Are you pregnant? Or you better not be pregnant or whatever. And that's how you make the connection. Don't say, oh, because Rico told me, because then you're gonna blow away her having the ability to tell me, and then make me look like I gave her up. And now I can't even tell him nothing. We don't want that. We want to make sure we still cover those bases. We're still having a connection. Yeah.
You don't want to lose all trust right there.
Yeah, and that's important to kids. Trust is very important with these teenagers this day. So anyway, it all worked out. Her mother did that, and it worked out fine and whatnot. The greatest thing about that girl now, she's grown now. I've seen her. I ran into her at a couple of events out here. She works for a youth facility for helping young teen girls that getting pregnant or get in trouble and all that. She does all that because of when I helped her out, she realized that there was people out there to do that. And I've seen her and I said, what do you do up there? Rico, remember when you used to help me out in school? That's what I do now. I go out and help out girls and they get in trouble in the school, whatever. I do youth advocacy for youth. I say, good for you.
That's awesome.
That makes me feel good inside because I know where it started from.
Yeah.
Me being able to just plant the seed in her. Look at her right to this day. She's doing a great job. And I tell her all the time when I see her on Facebook, she'll say, hi, Uncle. She called me Uncle Rico. Hi, Uncle Rico. Hey, and I'm proud of her. I tell you, I'm proud of you, what you're doing. I'm very proud of you. You came a long ways. And a lot of my kids that I've dealt with in Tacoma, I see them all here and there. And I see them on Facebook and they'll tell me, hey, Brother Rico, what's up, Brother Rico, man? I just want to say, man, thank you all the times you talked to me, came to my house, and you came over to the east side looking for me with my mom. I took that time out to do that because if a parent took the time out to come find me and say, Rico, can you come with me to go look for my son or my daughter on the east side? I appreciate it. No problem. Let's go. Because they knew, I wasn't scared of the gang members. I've been there before, so they don't scare me.
Yeah.
When they talk, what's up, man? What you doing over? Where you from, homie? I have to talk to them at that level, but I know what not to say. What you mean where I'm from? I'm not over here banging on nobody, homie. I'm over here looking for somebody, man. Do you know so man? Because his mom's with me, and he needs to come home. She's worried about her boy. For that individual, he'll think twice. Well, okay, he's out here with his mom. That mom really cared about her son. Wow. Yeah, I think I just saw him over here around the corner with Jay. Go look around the corner, the house, second house. He's over there. I'll tell him, hey, good looking out, man. We ain't trying to get you caught up in nothing, man. Just mom's looking for him. That's all it is, homie. No, I understand, man. Because somewhere in his mind, he might thinking, I wish my mom came out looking for me when I was running the streets. So. But that shows a point to a lot of kids. When your mom goes out looking for you, that means that she really cares about you. She's getting tired of you hanging out late at night, scared you're going to get that call by the police that he's in jail or either dead. So, those are the things that we have to always enlighten and let parents know that, there's nothing wrong with you if you have to go to the spot, to the neighborhood, where the little gang members hang out at looking for your daughter or your boy. You have every right to. Go over there and, hey, look, man, I'm looking for my son and daughter. Step up, do it. Because when you do that, that tells that kid is going to put that in their head and be like, oh, my mom really came over here. Dang, mom, what you doing over here? Of course, they're going to say that, mom, what you doing over here? You can get hurt. Yeah, whatever. But the other side of his brain is telling him, dang, your mom really came over here to the hood, man. Your mom came to the spot looking for me. Dang, my mom really loves me.
Yeah.
My dad really loves me. He came over here. Dang, my dad really cares about me. And it's a good feeling to know that because a lot of parents are scared to do that because they think, well, if I do that, he's going to get mad. I'm never going to live it down. They're going to always say, don't come over again. But that is the best thing. That is the best remedy a parent can ever do.
Yeah.
Go to the spot. By all means, go there. Take your best friends with you, witnesses with you, people that support you, so they can see you guys coming together as a group. Go there with with your big brother. Take your big brother with you to go look for your son, whatever. But do it with a component that supports each other, so that way they can see that they really care about me. They came looking for me.
Yeah,
that means a lot. And and my mom, she used to do that with us back in the days. My mom didn't. She'd come to the spot. She'll come to the house party. We'd be at the house party, and she'll come inside the garage where everybody's dancing, and and then she'll get on the mic. Hey, hold on. Hey, Ricky, are you here? They're like, excuse me, I'm looking for Ricky. Oh, okay. Hey, Rick, man, go. Your mom's here. Get out of here, man. Your mom wants you home. Come home now. Okay. I'm like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed now. Mom came to the house party. God.
Yeah, they're all like, hey, Ricky, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. You're messing up our party, man.
Go with your mom. Get her off the mic.
Everybody's hiding the beer and everything because she's in there. Like, my mom be like, "What are you guys drinking in here?" No, we're not drinking. You're looking for? He's right there. You can't go. They're all pointing me out. Go, get out of here, man. I'm like, wow, man, mom, you tripping? You came to the spot, mom. What you do? You better go home now. It's too late. Okay, I go where I can't sleep. So there are parents out there that worry about their kids. They are.
Yeah. Well, it's like something that just crossed my mind was like, okay, it's like there was that one point I just talked about where my dad came pick me up at IHOP, and then there was another time when I had run away from home, and I called up one of my uncles, and he's like, oh yeah, hey, you know, I know where you're at. I know the spot, you know, I know where you've been, you know, dealing with family and all that. And yeah, I'll help you out. You can come up here and stay for a day or two. I'll come pick you up.
Right.
Go ahead, get something to eat there at Denny's. And, you know, so one more time, I got something to eat and a ride.
Yeah.
But, took me up to his place. I stayed there a couple days, and then it was like, you know, back home, and then ran away again later on. But it's like, you know, the family members reached out, and it's like for a short time, if even just a glimpse, I got that family and support and love. I got that program in my mind and my soul for just a short time.
Right.
And then it was like back to my program of the drinking, drugging, run away from home, smoking cigarettes, what have you, the bad scene.
Right.
And, you know, stealing cigarettes from stores and whatever I was doing. And, you know, but it's like the support was always there and is always there.
Yeah.
But it's like just I had to quit resorting to my program, you know.
Right.
Which in the end, my program got me in some really big trouble, and you know, I decided to get clean and sober. Went with that and got involved in a 12-step program. Turned my entire life around, and you know, went back. And it's like at various times throughout my teens, when I was drinking, drugging, run away from home, living that whole lifestyle, there were moments when I was at home, and be it calm and centered would be the word.
Right.
Enough to get involved in, start attending a church or start reading spiritual materials or what have you,
Right.
and gain a conception of a higher power or God for a short time, and then I'd see, like, you know, like you're talking about with gangs, I'd see my peers over here drinking, doing drugs, doing whatever they were doing, and it's like that was glamorous for that moment, and so I'd abandon this and go back to the drinking, drugging, run away from home, and all that. And then, you know, it was like, okay, I'd get in trouble, and then I'd go, okay, let me get back to this.
The cry wolf thing.
Where it's good and positive, you know, and I'd get back to the goodness.
Right.
And then I'd see, okay, this is glamorous, and go back to that.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like, you know, of course, you know, getting older, maturing, it's like, okay, now I see that those are bad choices, so I'm not going to go there. And these are good choices. I'm going to stay here.
Exactly.
You know, this is the direction I'm going, so I'm going to stay in this direction.
And people can see from our life, your life and my life, you wasn't involved in gangs, but you still somehow found yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you made a decision to do something that you knew you shouldn't have did.
Oh, trust me though. At one point early on in my teens, I did see, you know, I did hear about the gangs here, you know, living up there in Bonnie Lake. I heard about the gangs here in Tacoma. And of course, you know, we had some posers up there in Bonnie Lake. I don't know if any of them were real, you know, gang members, but, you know, had a lot of posers up there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like just the whole thing was glamorous, you know, and at one point I thought about, you know, okay, well, hey, that seems pretty cool, but I never did anything about it.
Yeah, well, you never, because you know, at the same token, like I said, you had a different direction of what you wanted.
Yeah.
You saw the partying and drugs and all that, and that was it. That's what you wanted to do, just, you know, versus, you know, in your mind, you kind of already knew the gangs, you know, they get involved in drive-by shooting, somebody can get killed, I can get killed. No, it's not cool. Versus, like I said, even though you went that way, you still was going in the wrong direction.
there was this just came to mind. I gotta tell you, there was one point early on in junior high where someone, I don't know, I was changing my shirt and for PE or whatever, but for some reason my belly was exposed, and this is like a year after my brain injury. And so the scar was still very prominent, but I have a scar from exploratory surgery
Right.
running down the middle of my abdomen.
Right.
And, it was still very prominent. And, you could see the staples where they had gone in, and even, you
Right.
could see the cut down the middle and where that was sewed back up. Anyway, without going into any more details, yeah, it's like, they saw that and they asked what happened. And just immediately my mind went to, whether or not they believed it or not, I don't know. But I'm just like, oh yeah, I was on the streets, and some guy knifed me, but it didn't end up well for him. But just making stuff up, just to seem like I was part of that
Right.
glamorous life. And
Right.
it's like, what was that for? I was cool enough without that.
Yeah. And sometimes that you can do that, but in the long run, it always come out, and the truth comes out, and it bites, because then they'll be like, I know who, like story that been told many times. Vanilla Ice was like that. He said he got stabbed up this in a gang fight and all that. Never happened. It wasn't even like that, not at all. And and it came out later on when in the rap industry they pulled his cover and said, "Dude, why'd you say that? That you didn't even get stabbed up by gang members." So but like I said, in all, our point and focus is just trying to do some intervention through the programs here, and I'm hoping that we can get more stuff done. I want to do what you do. I do a dialogue about. I'm writing my book, and I read some of the excerpts out of my book about doing time and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff. So we're going to touch a lot of bases and all that, but I also wanted to have participation with people. Ask questions. Those people that are listening, they can ask questions. I don't know how that goes, but get that set up maybe, and get parents and listen in and whatnot and ask questions and all that.
Yeah, no, that'll be very cool. And your show is starting at 7 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and so that from 7 to 8, and that'll be really cool when we get that going.
And like I said, I'll put this out there now. We'll together as a tag team. I'm going to get shirts made. That'll say too strong to go wrong, and we'll get some shirts made and stuff. And we'll also give them out to callers and viewers. That ask for a shirt.
Yeah.
Once we get them all made and stuff, we'll let you guys know that they're all ready and stuff, and you can request a shirt. So let us get them all made first before you start putting your request in. And then, because if not, you're just going to get my shirt, my dirty laundry shirt. That's it. And I'm just going to draw a picture on the arm, and that's it.
Yeah.
But let us get the shirts made. Once we get all the shirts made and get a couple hundreds made, then we'll, like I said, have them ready for our viewers that are viewing and listening, and we'll send out to them, and they can, or we can meet up, whatever, if they're close in the area.
Yeah.
So that's touching bases with everybody. Good show, Shane. Good show.
Yeah. It's been awesome to have you on, and awesome to start your show this morning. And thank you very much for coming on and sharing all that about your past with gangs in prison, and
Well, we're gonna do what we can.
helping to keep others out of it.
Yeah, we're all gonna do this as a component and as make it a cultural relevance. Eye opener. For everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
And I thank you too as well for allowing me to be here with you.
Yeah, no problem. And I was wondering, what is your contact info if anyone wants to get a hold of you?
I think it's still, my number's been the same since I've been doing my program since 2001. So my number's still the same. So as long as nobody be prank calling me, and I don't like prank callers. No, but my number would be 683-9442. So if any parent would like for me to come by and do an intervention with their kid and all that, I'd be more than willing to do it, just out of my heart, because that's just my desire. They want to drop me a email. My email is mog.otem@gmail.com, and they can also leave me an email, and I'd be more than happy to respond and whatnot and give whatever I can to help out.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Blessings to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Blessings to everyone. And thank you very much. And I will just wrap it up by saying thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of Positive Vibes, which was a 2-hour combo with Rico's first show of Too Strong to Go Wrong. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Maybe we'll do another 2-hour starting at 7 a.m. Next Sunday. And just remind you all just to stay kind, optimistic, and grateful, and have a phenomenal day and a phenomenal week. Thank you very much. And with that, we're out. Later.